have a command for us today, and that is to accept the gifts that are given to you. If somebody offers you a gift, take it, right? Sometimes it can be, humiliating, swallow your pride or whatever. You feel like, I don't need that, or somebody just wants to appreciate you, and just take it. Take the help, accept the gifts that are given to you. And that's exactly the command that God gives to Moses and Aaron, because all the chiefs are going to present offerings to the tabernacle, offerings for the Levites to help in the service of the tabernacle and carrying it and doing the things that they were wanting to do. We saw in yesterday's reading that the service of the temple, being close to God, was not only limited to the Levites, the tribe set aside to help in God's temple. There was the Nazirite vow that was open to everybody. This is another way that we get to participate in the work of God, and that is by providing resources and providing gifts to the Lord's service. The gifts that you give to Central Baptist Church, we use them, hopefully with your approval, for the glory of God, things that will help Central Baptist Church, things that will impact the community. And at one point, Central Baptist Church said we wanted a full-time pastor. I don't know when that was, but at some point in our history, we decided that we would set the pastor aside full-time so that he would not have to work at all. And then we grew to have, at this point, we have 3 pastors. We've had more than that in the past, full-time pastors that are serving the church. And so because of your gifts, that is made possible. And so we see the command to accept the gifts. So you can think of that as a church situation, to accept the tithes and the offerings that come in. You can also think of this in application ways for you to personally accept the gifts of those people around you. So let us look at the opening of chapter 7. On the day when Moses had finished setting up the tabernacle and had anointed and consecrated it with all its furnishings, and had anointed and consecrated the altar with all its utensils, the chiefs of Israel, heads of their fathers' houses, the leaders who were chiefs of the tribes, who were over those who were listed, approached and brought their offerings before the Lord. So the leaders brought special gifts. They probably had special means. Usually leaders in communities usually have more resources because they are so good at utilizing the resources they have and multiplying it that they have extra, and they voluntarily brought this to the Lord. I guess they made an agreement among themselves what they would do, and they brought their offerings before the Lord. 6 wagons and 12 oxen. What an interesting offering, because this was going to help the Merarites, this was going to help the Gershonites, and this was going to help the Kohathites, the sub-tribes, the clans within the tribe of Levi. It would help them carry all the different materials that they needed to carry. And so there was 1 wagon for every 2 of the chiefs, and for each one an ox. So each one brought their own ox, and then they paired up together and brought a wagon. They brought them before the tabernacle. And here's what the Lord said to Moses: our command to obey. Accept these from them, that they may be used in the service of the tent of meeting, and give them to the Levites, to each man according to his service. Receive the gifts and utilize them for the service of God. So if somebody is blessing you and wanting to help you, will use that ultimately for the glory of God, right? You want to use the extra resources. You are king or queen over your area, your finances, your house, your living. You're boss over that area, and you get to be in charge of that area. So when gifts come in to your own personal place, use it. Recognize it's a gift from the Lord and use it to bless other people, to make sure things are operating smoothly. God is blessed, right? When our households and our homes are operating well, and when they're comfortable and things of that nature. So realize you are worshiping God in that nature. So let's look at how they divide these wagons and oxen. There's a little bit of instruction here. He says 2 wagons and 4 oxen are going to give to Gershon. So they get 2 wagons, 4 oxen. They're the ones that are carrying the fabrics. Then 4 wagons and 8 oxen he gave to the sons of Merari. Those are the ones that are carrying the poles and the various different bases for the skeleton structure of the tabernacle. But then to the sons of Kohath, he gave none, because they were charged with the service of the holy things that had to be carried on the soldiers. So the Kohathites didn't get any wagons, but then the sons of Merari got 4 wagons. And we wonder, well, what is the difference between this? Well, the sons of Gershon, even though they were carrying those heavy fabrics, they could be folded up, right, and probably compressed into 2 wagons. On the other hand, the sons of Merari have these heavy metals that they're going to have to collect, and there's no folding poles. You just can't fold poles. You can't fold those things. And so they're going to need more wagons. So the appropriate things are given to these sub tribes for what they need. Again, look at this fantastic organizational system of the Lord. He cares about things being put in the right place in the right way. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to close with this because we're going to look at the offerings of the individual tribes here in a minute. But we see that the one that gave the offering on the first day was Nahshon, the son of Amminadab of the tribe of Judah. Nahshon is going to be the great grandfather of Jesus. He's going to come from Jesus. Nahshon from Jesus is going to come, or from Nahshon is going to come Jesus Christ, the great Messiah. So here we see the very first offering is from the tribe of Judah, from the place where the ultimate offering is going to be given, the shed blood for our sins. So I wonder today, what gifts is it that you should be receiving? I wonder, have you accepted salvation today from Jesus Christ himself? If you've not, why not do that today and be so celebratory of what he's given you? We'll look at the details of these gifts in our next reading, and I'll see you all in the next video.